Everyone thought Gabriel De Leon's life was ruined by a tragic accident. A successful businessman who suddenly lost his ability to walk and was forced into a wheelchair. But nobody knew Gabriel was only pretending to be weak, because he discovered a painful secret. His wife was secretly having an affair with their own driver. Instead of confronting them, Gabriel stayed silent. He watched. He gathered the truth, but his search for answers led him to something he never expected. A murder, a crime he did not commit. Now, Gabriel must fight to clear his name and uncover the truth behind the betrayal that destroyed his life. Because sometimes, the person you trust the most is the one who can hurt you the deepest. In the eyes of other people, nothing could destroy the love between Gabriel and Isabel De Leon. Throughout their 10 years together, they became a symbol of a successful married couple. Gabriel was a businessman who started with nothing. Through his hard work and determination, he built his own company and gave his family a luxurious life. But despite all his success, there was only one thing he always valued the most: his wife. For Gabriel, Isabel was the woman who gave him the reason to work hard. Isabel, I promise you, I will take care of you for the rest of my life. Those were the words he said on their wedding day. But he did not know that while he was holding the hand of the woman he loved the most, a secret was already slowly destroying their marriage. During the first years of their marriage, Gabriel did not notice the changes in Isabel. She used to wait for him every night. But as Gabriel's business continued to grow, their relationship slowly began to change. Isabel started spending more time outside. There were meetings, friends, and countless reasons. I'm sorry, Gabriel. I'll be home late again. Gabriel would only smile because he thought, she is just tired. I understand, because someone who truly loves is often the first to trust, even when things are already starting to feel wrong. One day, Isabel introduced Gabriel to the family's new driver. Gabriel, this is Daniel. He will be the one to drive me whenever you are unavailable. Daniel smiled. Sir, I will take care of your wife. Gabriel had no reason to doubt him. Daniel spoke politely. He was respectful, hard-working, and seemed trustworthy. But sometimes, the most dangerous people are not those who appear obviously bad. They are the ones who know how to hide. Gabriel did not notice the changes immediately, but there are things that time cannot hide. Whenever he called Isabel, sometimes she would not answer. Whenever he came home early, she would suddenly look surprised. And sometimes there were smiles from Isabel that were no longer meant for him. One night, while looking at their old wedding picture, Gabriel felt something strange, as if something was missing, as if someone was slowly taking away the woman he loved the most. One night, everything changed. While Gabriel was returning home from a business meeting, a powerful collision happened. His car was destroyed, and when he woke up in the hospital, a piece of news shattered his world. Mr. De Leon, we need to tell you that you may never be able to walk again. It felt as if time had stopped. But losing his ability to walk was not the heaviest pain. It was seeing Isabel's reaction. There was sadness in her eyes, but there was also a strange glimmer that he could not understand. Several weeks after the accident, Gabriel returned to their mansion. But he was no longer the Gabriel who was always full of strength and confidence. Now, he could only sit in a wheelchair. The man who once managed a large company now depended on others, even for simple things. In front of Isabel, he showed a man who had lost hope. "Isabel, what will happen to us now?" His wife lowered her head. "Don't worry, Gabriel. I will not leave you." But Isabel did not know that the man in front of her was not weak. He was only watching. Because, deep inside his heart, one question kept bothering him. "If I have nothing left, will you still stay with me?" In the following days, Gabriel noticed something. Isabel's care for him was no longer the same. Whenever other people were around, she was careful, but when they were alone, she became cold. One day, while sitting in the living room, Gabriel overheard Isabel talking on the phone. "Daniel, this is not the right time yet." Gabriel stopped breathing. Daniel? Why was she talking to their driver? He remained silent. He did not move. He did not ask questions, because he knew that if he confronted her immediately, he would lose his chance to discover the whole truth. That night, Gabriel could not sleep, not because of his condition, but because of the pain he was feeling. The woman he had loved for 10 years. Was it possible that she was deceiving him? He took out his old laptop. There was one thing Isabel did not know. Before the accident, Gabriel had installed security cameras in several areas of their house. He did not do it because he was suspicious. He did it to protect their family. But now, the same thing he created for their safety would become the source of his greatest pain. In the first video he opened, he saw nothing. In the second, nothing again. But when he reached a recording from the previous week, it felt as if his world collapsed. He saw Isabel with Daniel, not in a place where they should have been together, not as employer and driver, but as two people hiding a relationship. Gabriel's hand trembled while watching the video. He did not cry, he did not shout, because sometimes the deepest pain is the one that remains silent. The next morning, Gabriel looked at Isabel while they had breakfast. He remained quiet. Isabel smiled. "Are you okay, Gabriel?" He nodded. "Yes, maybe I'm just tired." But inside him, something had changed. He was no longer the man blinded by love. Now, he was the man searching for the truth, and he would do everything to discover how far the betrayal had gone. Gabriel did not confront the two of them immediately. He knew that if he did, they might only lie to him. He needed clearer evidence. He needed to know whether this was only a mistake or a betrayal that had been happening for a long time. So he continued pretending. Every day, he showed that he was weak. Every day, he acted as if he knew nothing, but behind his silence, he slowly pieced together the truth. The more Gabriel observed, the more he discovered the truth. The relationship between Isabel and Daniel did not begin after the accident. It had been happening for a long time, even before he lost his ability to walk. He had already been betrayed, and the most painful part was realizing that the person he trusted, the person he allowed into their home, was the one who destroyed their family. As the days passed, Isabel became more confident because she believed Gabriel could no longer do anything. The once powerful businessman was now only a man sitting in a wheelchair. She no longer feared him. She no longer paid attention to him. And that was Isabel's biggest mistake, because while she thought her husband knew nothing, Gabriel was discovering more and more. One night, while she and Daniel were talking in the garage, they did not know that someone was listening, and that person was the man they thought had already lost. "Daniel, when will we finally be free?" Isabel asked quietly. The man sighed. "When he is no longer part of our lives." Gabriel's body turned cold when he heard those words. This was not only betrayal. They had a plan where he was the obstacle. He quietly left before they noticed him. But from that night onward, his mindset changed. He no longer only wanted to discover the truth, he wanted everything to come out. There was something Isabel did not know before the accident. Gabriel was not only a businessman, he was also a careful person. Because of the size of his company, he was used to being cautious about the people around him. He had backup files, recordings, documents, and most importantly, he had people who were willing to help him. One of them was his former friend, attorney Elena Ramirez, a lawyer who was not only skilled, but also someone who knew how to find the truth. "Elena, I need your help." The lawyer looked at him. "Do you want to sue them?" Gabriel shook his head. "Not yet. What I want is to know the whole truth." He was not feeling anger, not only pain, because he wanted to know when everything started, why he failed to notice it, and whether his wife still had any respect left for him. With Elena's help, they began organizing all the evidence, messages, photos, meeting schedules, documents, proving that this was not just a simple relationship. It had been happening for a long time. As Gabriel examined every detail, the pain became stronger, because every piece of evidence was a memory of the days when he believed his family was happy. One night, Gabriel decided to confront his wife, not to reveal everything yet, but to find out if she still had a conscience. "Isabel, if I lose everything, will you still stay with me?" The woman froze. She remained silent for a moment, but her answer was the most painful thing Gabriel had ever heard. "Gabriel, sometimes we have to accept that people change." And that was when he understood. He was not only betrayed, he had been abandoned a long time ago, even while his wife was still beside him. That night, Gabriel made his decision. He would no longer wait. He would no longer believe the lies. He would gather all the evidence. He would reveal the truth. But he did not know that before he could finish his plan, something would happen that would completely change the direction of his life. An event that would take him from being a man searching for the truth to becoming the main suspect in a crime. On a rainy night, Gabriel received a call. It was Daniel. He wanted to meet. He said he had something important to tell him. Gabriel hesitated, but he still went because he wanted to know why they did this to him. But when he arrived at the location, he never expected what he would see. Daniel was lying on the ground, dead. And only seconds later, the police arrived, and all eyes turned toward him. The next day, a news report spread throughout the entire city. Well-known businessmen involved in the murder of his own driver. Gabriel's face appeared on television. The man who was once admired by many was now being called a criminal in front of the cameras. Gabriel remained silent as he was pushed in his wheelchair out of the police station, not because he felt nothing, but because he knew that the truth does not always come first. Sometimes it must first pass through pain. During the investigation, many questions were directed at Gabriel. Why did you go to the place where Daniel was found? Why were you the last person seen with him? Why did you have anger toward him? Gabriel remained silent because he knew the answer. Yes, he had a reason to be angry, He was hurt. He was betrayed. But that did not mean that he was the one who killed him, and that was the thing he needed to prove. While Gabriel was in custody, Isabel faced the media. Tears filled her eyes. "I am deeply hurt. My husband changed after the accident. I never thought he could do something like this." When Gabriel watched her words on television, he closed his eyes, not because of anger, but because he could not understand how someone could lie so easily when that person once said he was the most important person in her life. In the middle of all the chaos, attorney Elena Ramirez arrived. She did not immediately believe what people were saying because she knew the truth cannot be found in the news. It can only be found in evidence. "Gabriel, tell me everything." And for the first time, after everything that happened, there was someone willing to listen to him. Gabriel told Elena everything. The accident, his decision to pretend that he could not walk, the evidence he discovered, the betrayal between Isabel and Daniel. Elena listened quietly. Afterward, she asked one question. "Gabriel, why did you not confront them immediately?" The man lowered his head. "Because I wanted to know if there was still any truth left." And that was when Elena realized this case was not only about a dead man, it was about a family that had already been broken for a long time. On the other side, prosecutor Miguel Santos prepared the case for him. Everything was clear. Gabriel had a motive. He had the opportunity, and he was the last person seen with Daniel before his death. Emotions can push a person to do things they never thought they were capable of. That was his argument, and he was ready to prove in court that Gabriel was responsible. But there was something nobody knew. There was a missing part of the night Daniel died, a gap in time where no one clearly knew what happened. And for Elena, that was where the answer was hidden. In every case, there is a part of the story that is never told, and that is what we need to find. The day of the trial arrived. The courtroom was full. Many people wanted to know the truth. On one side, Gabriel, a man who lost his wife, his friend, and his reputation. On the other side, Daniel's family, seeking justice. And in the middle of everything, there was only one question that needed to be answered. Was Gabriel De Leon really the one who killed him? The prosecutor called the first witness, a person who claimed to have seen Gabriel that night. He was very angry at Daniel. The people inside the courtroom began looking at Gabriel with greater suspicion. But Elena did not move, because she knew a witness may tell the truth, but a witness can also be wrong. Elena stood up. Slowly, she approached the witness. "Are you sure?" "Yes." "Are you certain?" "Yes." The entire courtroom became silent. Then Elena presented a document. "If that is true, why does this document show a different time?" Everyone was shocked, even the prosecutor, because for the first time, a weakness appeared in the story being built against Gabriel. After attorney Elena's first questioning, the perspective of the people inside the courtroom began to change, because one thing became clear. Suspicion alone was not enough to convict a person. There needed to be truth. There needed to be evidence. And as Elena examined every detail, she felt more certain that someone was hiding important information. She did not know who yet, but she knew there was a much bigger story behind Daniel's death. Elena requested the security camera records from the area where Daniel was found, but she discovered something unusual. 15 minutes were missing from the recording. 15 minutes. That could completely change the entire case. Someone deleted this, Elena said, and whoever did it had something they wanted to hide. For the first time, the attention was no longer only on Gabriel. Questions about Isabel also began to appear. Why was she the first person to call the police? Why did she immediately know where to go? And why did she seem to know certain details that had not yet been released to the public? Those questions slowly began coming back to her. While Elena searched for the truth, an old cell phone was discovered. A cell phone that belonged to Daniel. Inside it were messages that no one had ever seen before. Messages from Isabel. Messages proving that before Gabriel's accident, their relationship had already existed. But there was another message, a message that no one expected. If Gabriel finds out everything, we need to do something. Elena called Isabel as a witness. The entire courtroom became silent. Isabel sat on the witness stand. "Do you still love your husband?" Elena asked. Isabel became silent because, for the first time, she could not lie. Not because she had nothing to say, but because she knew everything was finally coming out. After a long questioning, Isabel finally admitted the truth. "Yes, Daniel and I had a relationship." Whispers spread throughout the courtroom. The woman who had spent days presenting herself as the victim was actually the one carrying the biggest secret. But Elena immediately stated, "Betrayal is a wrongdoing of the heart, but it still does not prove that my client is the one who committed the murder." And that was the most important point. Everyone thought the surprises were over. But another person arrived, a man who had remained silent for a long time. He was the mechanic who inspected Daniel's vehicle, and what he revealed would change the direction of the case. There was already a problem with Daniel's vehicle before the incident happened. As the trial continued, a shocking detail came out. The accident that happened to Gabriel may not have been an accident at all. Someone had tampered with his vehicle, something that almost took his life. Gabriel looked toward Isabel because suddenly a new question appeared. Who had the ability to do that, and why? It turned out Gabriel was not the only one who had something to fear. Daniel also had his own secret before he died. He was trying to tell someone something. Someone had been forcing him to stay silent. And while they searched for the truth, it slowly became clear that Daniel's death was not simply an act of revenge. There was a much bigger reason behind it. On the final day of the hearing, a name appeared in the evidence, a person nobody expected. Not Gabriel, not Isabel, not Daniel. A person who had been around them for a long time, but was never noticed. And when everyone heard the name inside the courtroom, the entire room became silent, because the real reason behind everything was deeper than betrayal. The entire courtroom was silent. Everyone waited for attorney Elena Ramirez's next words. She held a folder containing evidence that could change Gabriel's fate. "Your Honor, the person who truly had a reason to make Daniel disappear, and the person who had the ability to manipulate the evidence, is not my client." She stopped. She looked toward the other side of the courtroom. Then she revealed the name that had been hidden for so long. His name is Victor Salazar, Everyone was shocked, because Victor was Gabriel's former business partner. Gabriel could not believe it. Victor, the man he once considered a brother, the person who was with him when he was just starting his business. He helped him, he trusted him, but he never knew that behind the praises and smiles was someone filled with jealousy. Victor wanted everything Gabriel had: the company, the money, the reputation, and most of all, the life he had built. The truth slowly began to come out. Victor was connected to the person who tampered with Gabriel's vehicle. He was also the one who provided money to manipulate some of the evidence. But why? Because he wanted Gabriel gone. If Gabriel disappeared, he could take control of the company. But there was one thing he never expected. Gabriel survived, and his decision to pretend that he was paralyzed became the reason everything was exposed. But there was still one person who needed to face the truth: Isabel. After everything was revealed, she could no longer hide her mistakes. She approached Gabriel. "Gabriel, I know I no longer have the right to ask for forgiveness." The man remained silent, because sometimes the hardest person to forgive is not the person who hurt us, but the person we chose to love with our whole heart. Gabriel looked at Isabel. "There is only one thing I want to know." "Why?" Isabel began to cry, because she had no proper answer. Because the truth was, Gabriel never abandoned her. He never neglected her. He never hurt her. She simply lost herself in a world full of temptation. And that was when she realized, sometimes a person's greatest mistake is destroying the very thing they once prayed to have. The day of the verdict arrived. The courtroom was filled once again. Everyone waited. Gabriel remained silent. He was no longer waiting for revenge. What he was waiting for was the chance to reclaim his name. After reviewing all the evidence, the court has reached its decision. The accused, Gabriel De Leon, is found not guilty in the murder case of Daniel Cruz. It felt as if a heavy weight was lifted from Gabriel's chest. He remained silent for a long time. He was judged for a long time. But finally, the truth came out. As he left the courthouse, many people were waiting. But this time, he was no longer a suspect. He was a man proven innocent. Elena approached him. "Gabriel, it's over." He gave a small smile. "Yes, but there are wounds that a verdict cannot heal." Several months later, Gabriel's life changed. He left behind the things that reminded him of his pain. He moved to a quieter place. There he learned that life is not only about losing. Sometimes the wrong people have to leave, so we can find the right direction. But there was something nobody knew. The accident that happened to Gabriel, the reason he started pretending, gave him the opportunity to see the true faces of the people around him. If it had never happened, maybe until now, he would still be living inside a lie. Sometimes, the greatest tragedy is not losing someone, but staying beside someone who has already been gone for a long time. 1 year passed after the trial. Many things had changed in Gabriel's life. He was able to stand on his own feet again. Little by little, he rebuilt the life that was almost taken away from him. But there was one thing he could never completely forget: the woman who was once his entire world. One day, Isabel met with Gabriel. not as husband and wife, not as two people bound by obligations, but as two people who shared 10 years of love and pain. Gabriel, I know I no longer have the right. He remained silent because he knew that forgiveness does not mean forgetting. There is one thing I learned, Isabel. The woman looked at him. Love is not only about staying. Sometimes, true love is accepting that a chapter has already ended. Isabel's tears fell because she knew Gabriel was right. Some things, once broken, can never return to the way they were before. They said goodbye without anger, without shouting, because anger had already been replaced by exhaustion. After everything he went through, Gabriel no longer searched for love in his mind. A peaceful life was enough, but sometimes people arrive at the right time, not when we are looking for them, but when we are finally ready to accept them. One day, in his new office, he met Laura, a simple woman, kind, and most importantly, honest. She did not need Gabriel's wealth. She did not desire his name. What she saw was the person behind everything. But before Gabriel could fully begin his new life, he discovered one final secret. The accident before was not only because of Victor's plan. Someone else helped redirect the investigation, and that person was a former company employee. Someone who held anger toward Gabriel because of an old business decision. But in the end, Gabriel refused to let anger consume him, because he learned that when you allow revenge to control you, both sides lose. Many years passed, and when Gabriel was asked what the greatest lesson he learned was, his answer was simple: do not measure love through promises alone. Because true love is seen through honesty. He experienced loss. He was hurt. He was betrayed. But he also learned how to rise again. Because sometimes the person who breaks your heart is not the end of your story. Sometimes they are only the reason you learn to choose yourself. And in the end, Gabriel was not the one who lost, because the person who lost true love was not him. It was the person who failed to value it. In the end, Gabriel learned that the deepest wounds come not from strangers, but from those we trust and love the most. Betrayal may break us, but it does not define us. True strength comes from rising again, choosing forgiveness, and letting go of the pain of the past. Because even when the truth hurts, it gives us the courage to begin again. Every heart has a story, and every love story has a lesson. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Thank you.